Hi everybody, it's Chrissy Sawyer here once more. These times they are changing. Where to begin? Okay, I want to talk into the energies that are around at the moment because they're going to be very changing. But first, I've got tons of thanks to speak into. Since doing the first set of astro reports for the end of February into March, the feedback has been phenomenal. I'm truly blown away by your love and your acknowledgement. I'm really blown away. Thank you so much for all the likes and shares and subscribes, and the comment threads are beautiful, just beautiful. So without any ado, welcome new subs. So new subs on brand new tube. Welcome Pennywise, welcome Mick All, welcome Badger76, welcome The Wall 67, welcome Chickapips, and welcome Jewel22. It's so lovely to have you in the other family. And I'm just cloning these two channels for the time being while I feel them both out and see where the energy is. So maybe in the future I'll start doing different stuff on brand new YouTube, in which case I'll take you or invite you over there if you want to come over. And YouTube, welcome new subs, John Donaldson, FMJ Doomsday, welcome Caroline Henri, I want to say, spelt Henriz. Welcome Isabella Reed, and a welcome to a channel that left a comment that YouTube blocked, but I could see the excerpt from the comment. And the comment says, "My beloved grows right out of my own heart, I am." But what I couldn't see was that was actually the name of the channel. And then lots of love and thank yous. And they shared with me a link to a song, which I'm going to link in the description box. Because when I listened to this song, the song is called Emptiness, and it was shared within the energy of Ophiuchus. So if Ophiuchus speaks to you or spoke to you in any way, listen to the song. It's beautiful and it moved me. So my beloved grows right out of my own heart. Welcome. Thank you for being here and thank you for sharing your love. So they're my enormous thank yous. So the energy that I want to play with today is Emperor energy, and I'm seeing it in a small collective of people around me. And the Emperor I meet as the culmination of all the kings. So mastery of the inner masculine through the mind, the emotions, the physicality, and the heart. And they culminate in this Emperor energy. So we've had lots of Empress energy coming through. And the Empress needs her Emperor. And I'm seeing the Emperor turn up. But remember, I say over and over again that when the light of inspiration comes in, it's going to hit every layer of resistance on its way down until it's fully aligned, integrated, and accepted, you know. And I've been noticing a lot of kind of comments around what is it? It feels like entitlement. It feels like you've put the hard work in, therefore spirit is going to reward you. I don't really hold with that. I can't be rewarded if I don't think I'm deserving of it. I can't be rewarded if I'm not worthy. So if my self-worth isn't beaming out like a little sunshine, then nothing really is going to land. It's just going to hit resistance and get blocked. So It feels like the paradigm of entitlement, spiritual entitlement. Oh, that's it. Oh. Spiritual entitlement is getting unraveled. Okay. If you want it, go and get it. Really simple. Hey, if you want it, go and get it. And get it because you deserve it. And get it because you've danced with the joy of creation, you know? So just a quick speak into the energies this week. So I like to sit in the garden, and I've been doing some really focused heart opening work, like at ever deeper levels. And I was doing my heart work this morning, and what I was feeling into felt quite still, actually, still and calm, like there's nothing to do, you know, just relax. And the message I got was get quiet. So I'm sharing that with you because the first two cards I've pulled out are bringing in the Emperor. Yeah, I need to build a bridge. Just hold those two fields. We've got Emperor energy and we've got get quiet, which are kind of counterintuitive, but there's a bridge. So quick overview for this week. It is forward movement and feeling very supported. So Sun and Venus in Aqua. Well, when the sun shines through Aqua, that's going to be some of the most eccentric ideas that you may have ever had. That's about being a visionary. That's about future visioning, and how to cultivate that Emperor standing in the wings. But how do I? That's Emperor energy. So if we allow that Emperor energy to rise up in us, then we move into the physicality of creation rather than the feminine Empress. I'm just going to throw seeds willy-nilly, and I've been like this, and trust the universe. But at some point, you've got to get fire active. And I think Mars has moved into Taurus this week, which is, so Mars in Aries can be flighty as hell, hard to control, all that fire, because it'll just come through as pure passion, and yeah, it can jab and poke a bit, especially in a cardinal sign. And I know it rules Aries, yada yada, but when the fire moves into Taurus, it gets grounded and it gets built. Cue the Emperor. Okay, so yeah, Sun and Venus. What do I want? What lights my fire? What gets my creative juices going? What gives me love? That's a fantastic energy to have in Aquarius. So yeah, it's a good time for, do you remember the Aqua reading I did where Aqua seems to be needing to build a bridge from the mind to the heart, because as we move forward into these new energies, the cultivation energy that's going to help us the most is if we've built what we want within. Okay, so if we've opened all the doorways and cleared out all the gunk and done all the ancestral karmic clearing, the old programming that maybe holds us back, then that's the physicality, the working with the body and energies. And then Mars in Pluto. Mars and Pluto, sorry, coming together, creating this very assertive and empowered energy, which can help us move straight through any field of resistance with love. Okay, because we can't circumvent it. It'll just keep, energetically, it will pull the same to it, because life is a mirror and it will keep pulling in that same trigger. So when we move through it, that's when we squeeze the lemon and take the learning, turn it into wisdom and apply it in our world. Okay, that's transmutation of shadow. And Mercury is direct. Yay! Who would agree with me? This has been one of the worst Mercury retrogrades ever. It's been a bitch. But but loads of growth. So Mercury direct is forward moving momentum. So we're moving forwards, and we'll have sat in the energy of the 2020, conceiving and dissolving and coming home. All of that very internalized hermit energy. And the 2021 is that bang of the five. And the five might pull us in all different directions if we don't have that strong core. So very different energy. Five wants to create. Five is what rises up out of the structure of the four. It's the creation. So we're bringing things into being, and we're on the precipice of spring, and that's no coincidence. So I'm going to close my notes down because it's now making me giggle that the first card out, can't make it up, is the Chariot, and that's about taking control. Okay. And the Chariot gives us the choice of these two horses, the human paradigms of what's right and what's wrong, what serves the self, what serves the collective, what's quick and easy, what's going to take my time and my investment to cultivate. And we've got to control both of these. They're not horses, are they? Oh, wonderful. They look like bees. Bees or dragonflies. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, I'll read the words on the card. Success. So the Chariot offers success that comes from dedication and self-discipline. Celebrating your accomplishments and being in the spotlight. Okay, so dedication. That's Emperor energy. That's sitting down and making a plan. And like I say, there's a collective of people around me who are becoming present, not yet welcoming, becoming present with their Emperor energy that wants to, it feels gently Saturnian, but very loving. It's got a lot of Leo in it. I'm sensing it with a lot of Leo, that lovely cub energy, that loving energy. And the Emperor wants us to sit down and make a plan. Now, for those who are deeply spiritual and sensory, that plan, just the word plan, can be, well, no, because that's going back into ego. Well, no. I don't want to be directive, but no, it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be. I've done a couple of pieces of work with a couple of others about, well, what does that look like? So it's felt like business coaching. Well, what does that look like? Okay, we'll jot that down. And what might that look like if it goes off in this direction, in this direction? And before we know it, they have a plan, and suddenly they're awake, fully engaged, fully plugged in. And that's all it took. That's all it took. So in my home, I have a big whiteboard, and every time something comes in, I put it on the whiteboard. And every time it changes, I update it on the whiteboard. And on the whiteboard, I write down the mental things that I do. Like, I can make things really complicated because I've got a lot of Aquarius in me. So I overthink, I go into analysis paralysis. And what I miss is the first 27 steps of the plan have already been done. They were done like 5 years ago. Life is much easier. Life is much easier than I think it is. So that's my bit, and that's on the board. So I'm always mindful that it's much easier. Life is actually much easier, Chrissy. So the Chariot is here to lead us into, honestly, I swear, these, I barely finished asking the questions in this beautiful fairy deck that I was drawn to today. So, Chariot and the Ace of Spring. And here we go, you know. We're coming into spring, we are in bud, and here comes the Emperor energy to say, what do you want? How are you going to build that? What's your plan to get there? What if your achievement points. And when you hit those achievement points, what are you going to do to celebrate? Because when we stop to celebrate, we unravel ourselves from that paradigm of hard work. I can't stand that phrase. If work is joy, it is never hard. It's never hard. It's sometimes testing, because it's going to test the patience and resilience within us. But that's just me. I can't be doing with anything that is prefixed with the word hard. That's old patriarchy. That's feels like punishment syndrome. If it isn't hard, it isn't worthwhile. Yeah, whatever. So we have the Chariot leading us into the Ace of Spring. And what I'd really like to do is to invite the Emperor in to come and have a quick chat with us. So, Emperor, welcome into the space. I've got two cards. I was going to ask, what message do you want to give us today? Now, let's see what comes through. Oh, gosh. That's really interesting. This is so he's brought through a queen and a princess, okay, but the messages are quite masculine. I love this. So he's bringing through the Queen of Winter, which is basically about cut the crap out of your life. Just cut the crap out of your life. It might be a time to reconsider certain relationships, reconsider certain narratives that are around you and within you, and to really deeply challenge those. Okay, because this is about career, vocation, calling, mission. Give it what word lights you up. Give it what word your body can feel. Strong, patient, self-sufficient, and funny. Because it doesn't it help when you can laugh at yourself. Let go of people or things that no longer serve you. Now is the time to focus on your career. I need a magnifying glass for these cards. The images are so delicate. And this is just like, it feels so luxurious. This is a beautiful image of the sun on the front of her chariot, and it's like she's sailing straight into the sun. She looks very comfortable, very warm. She's got kind of one eye sideways, if you look. It's like she's stopping to glance at the camera on the way past. And not being distracted, just staying on course. Staying the course. But what is the course? Have you even written down the course? What's your course? If I ask you, what would you like to achieve in the next 6 months? Just that. Because are we full moon? I think the next moon cycle is a full moon. So that's the ending. So this would be a good time to say, what do I want to achieve in the next 6 months? And that can be, I want my house spotless. That can be to find a pair of bloody jeans that fits perfect. That can be to get a damn haircut. That can be to create an online business and I don't know where to start. Write it down, capture it. And the Princess of Winter, sorry, bear with me. Oh, wow. Wow, gosh. With a big cat like that leading you, I might call that Emperor energy. Undiplomatic, I might add unapologetic, because with so much Aquarius energy in the system, if you still seek to fit in and belong, you're not in it. We can't birth, I keep saying this, we're off the map now, okay? We can cleave to the map, the old map of politeness, courtesy. I hear people saying that was so rude. Well, who are you to measure it was rude? That's just your paradise, your perception. I might also dig in and say, if you felt it was rude, feel into the part of you that got injured in that, that was already injured in that. So what if we are undiplomatic? Because Aquarius is undiplomatic. Aquarius can bring through that sort of truth like boom. And there's a question as well of how do you let your inner emperor lead you? What does that energy feel like? Does it feel like smooth? Or is that like, yeah, but, yeah, but no. Let me have a look at the words on the cards. Wow, she's really bringing it. I mean, look at her, hand on hip. Yeah, challenge me at your peril. It is almost a daring energy. And this snow leopard, I think it is, it's like, I got eyes all over the place. Relax. I've got your back. So Princess of Winter is bringing information that can help you, but which may also be difficult to hear. Speaking the truth with kindness. It's a fine line, isn't there? Speaking the truth is speaking the truth. Sometimes, particularly in aqua energy, it can be brutal. So there's, you know, you could probably ask yourself, does it have to be brutal? Because, you know, as we move into the genius DNA that everybody's got, if you get one weird idea in your whole life, that's just tapping your genius, okay? Oh, let me find this. Oh gosh, I was watching something the other day and somebody quoted, I need to find out who said this. Forgive me, I don't know who said this, but it's a beautiful quote. Talent hits a target that no one else can hit. Genius hits a target that no one else can see. I freaking love that. So if you can see a target that no one else can see, are you sure it's safe to share that target with those that are around you? Or are you still in your need to belong and fit in? And will you have to temper the light, turn the light down on that so that they can meet you? Okay. So if you feel that others can't meet your truth, or indeed flip it around, if somebody is bringing in their genius and you can't meet that, well, when those two fields meet, somebody who fits in and belongs and never really challenges themselves, somebody who brings in genius, there's an uncomfortable mirror in there, isn't there? So in the genius, like, why are you seeking validation in this? And in the person who's safe in where they are, what they're looking straight at is their own genius. It's like, don't make me look at that. I don't want to look at that. I'm safe where I am, and that's cool. Okay, so there might be some uncomfortable truths, says the Emperor. There might be some uncomfortable truths. Okay, so what's the best way for us to work with you, Emperor energy? What is the best way? Listen, I'm getting the word. Listen and receive. Okay, does that need to come out in a card? What's the best way to work with you? Oh, okay, that's it. You've already been given the answer, and it was this morning's heart meditation, which was, bear with me, get quiet. Get quiet. Listen. Okay. Okay. So when we get quiet and listen, I'm not going to finish that sentence. So when we get quiet and listen, cards are going crazy. So when we get quiet and listen, Emperor, what then? I'm going to finish it. What then? What then? Time to beg, borrow, and steal what you need to achieve your quest. Okay. Look at what that met in me. Surprise. Beg, borrow, and steal. This is raw creative power. And it will not seek to be polite or fit in. It's just going to go and get what it needs. Okay, I hear that. Emperor didn't need these cards. Emperor's got it all. Okay. Why are you giving me that? Okay. So back to this morning's meditation, which was the words, time to get quiet. And we've got the Emperor coming in, wanting to help us build the foundation and lift the thing out of it. And the Hermit comes out on my question, how do we best work with this? And when we sit and get quiet, what then? Find or be a mentor. Right. So if you already have, now this can appear externally or internally, okay? So somebody could literally, because soul families are coming together now, so somebody could literally turn up in your world and go, what, is that all you want to create? Well, if you boom, 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 that can happen, okay? That's recently happened to me and it was life-altering. If you have that relationship with yourself internally, and we all do to some extent, go into the Hermit and get quiet, okay? And then imagine a mentor within you. And that mentor's job is to really listen to the explicit and implicit narrative. So a good mentor will hear what you're not saying, okay? So you got that within. And what you're not saying might be the blocks and the resistance or the fears or the shyness or whatever. And what you are saying might be, this is what I want to achieve. So you can inner mentor or externally mentor. Either way, you're going to have to get quiet and listen to either the internal monologue, soul-centered, heart-centered, or to somebody that comes in with great wisdom. Okay. This 9 is shouting at me as the completion of all fears. Okay, that's not very big, is it? The completion of fears. I've just done a huge piece of work. I'm not going to speak into it here because it will take me years to comprehend what's actually happened. But I can tell you that the piece of work was to do with personal creativity in the collective. And it was to do with how I create for myself, no holds barred, and how I create for the machine. And they are two diametrically opposed creative energies. Okay. So one is done in deferment too. One is done in fear of, it's almost narcissistic. Oh, wow. You see, it's going to take me years to unpick this one. It's almost a narcissistic relationship with a controlling parent that will stop the child from going, wow, and allow the child to go, branches barely making it out, you know. It's that, and that energy got really pushed through. I was doing that about a month ago, 3 weeks ago. Huge, it was a huge piece of work. This 9 energy is speaking straight into the completion of that. It's like the end of the deferment, deferring to something that wants us to be this, this, and this. The deferment to needing to be a taxpayer, needing to do hard work to earn a living. So all of that's getting unpicked. And in my creative, spirited self, What do I want to be? What do I want to do? And how radically different can I make that? And how crazy can I make that? How insightful and inspired can I make that? Because insightful and inspired can trigger fear in those around us. You show someone your genius, you show them theirs, and not everybody wants to see their genius. These beautiful messages, Emperor, you're rocking my world. Okay. Oh, interesting. Oh, very, very interesting. Okay, you might have to Google one that, I'm sorry I didn't bring you anything on the full moon, but we've got, ooh, wow, right. I'm going to get quiet for a minute. I'm guided to guide you to do some work with this full moon. I think it's this weekend, because coming out with the Hermit card of finding the mentor, it's the moon. 1 and 8 equals 9. So about letting go of worries and fear. It's the completion of the limits to creative success. So this card is talking about powerful epiphanies. So it might be that this full moon energy gives us some blinding insights. And why wouldn't it? You know, we've got some major planetary aspects happening to influence the collective at the moment. And now that all that electrical energy from last week is calming down, we're able to get fully back into our body, you know, into some more Taurian material, earthy energy. So yeah, be with the moon. Okay, here's a cognitive thing to do, because we can be very Neptunian in that moon energy, very nebulous and foggy, because the moon reveals. And the moon sometimes reveals what's hidden in plain sight. You're a fucking genius. You were born a genius. And the moon can also reveal maybe some relationships that you need to let go of, because there isn't room in your tiny room for you to open those massive wings. Okay. If it's a full moon, then it's going to be ending. So a question might be, what do I have to do to set myself free? Do I feel trapped in any way? There's the first. Do I feel limited in any way? Do I feel stuck in any way? In what way? See the words, write it down. What makes me that? Write it down, see the words, and what will happen is you then become your inner mentor. Okay, you start mentoring yourself. Get quiet. Get quiet. And prepare for some tower moments. Okay. Letting go. That can be some hard truths. Okay. There can be some hard truths in the relationships around you that you've been pretending in, turning your light down in. You might have relationships that just fully encourage your freak flag to fly higher and higher. I have loads of those. It's fantastic. It's fantastic. Without those, I can't birth into more weirdness and, more expansion. So make sure you've got some of those in your life. If you're filtering or censoring in any way, really, really take a look at that. We're on the precipice of spring, the ending of cycles. There's a massive pivot point. That piece of work I did with personal creativity in the collective, that was this massive pivot point. Go create. Okay. One last message. Yeah, I do have a client. I'm going to go. I'm going to try and get the early March readings out by hopefully the end of this week. So keep them peeled. And they will get better and better. I'll just keep playing with the concepts and see how I go. I haven't really asked for anything. I was going to say 3. Do we really want to do 3? I'm just going to do that one first. Oh. Justice, baby, not from a sense of entitlement. You're entitled to what you believe in wholeheartedly. You're entitled to what you're worth, absolutely. Justice, 8. Karma, infinity. Keeping balance, creating, pulling down the light, moving it into the physical. Beautiful, beautiful energy. Justice, justice. It's almost like when you make the changes and create your own tower moments, pull down the house of cards, which is basically the projecting personality, pull that down and be at essence. Because that's very unapologetic. Then you serve justice to yourself. It's all in the oneness. You serve justice to yourself. I'll take these as the closing message. Do you remember when I said things are moving forward, we're on the precipice of spring? Make the plan, achieve it in steps, and then stop to reward yourself. Okay. So that will move you and keep you in gratitude. In gratitude, we don't miss the milestones, so stop to celebrate. I mean, reward yourself for all your hard work. Reward yourself for everything that's got you here. Cherish your time alone. Happily and successfully self-employed, it says. This, for me, speaks into creator. That's creator energy. When do you stop to celebrate? Six is a lovely, harmonizing, balancing energy. Kind of equal balance, give and take, reciprocal relationships. Positive changes are on their way. A welcome relief from troubled times. It's giving travel for this. Yeah. I don't necessarily get travel across land. I get travel, the spirit, taking you forwards on your path or onto a completely new path, because people are literally walking onto new timelines at the moment in a new era. It's amazing. It's amazing. So that's enough waffle from me. I was just guided to give you the underlying energy at the bottom of the deck. Look, baby. We're guided by the sun, the solar plexus, the center of will. Okay. But the chariot will ask you to decide whose will, your will or your divine will. Be in alignment with your higher self, and then you create from the heart using the solar plexus, the fire and the sunshine of the solar plexus. I'm digging the Emperor energy. Fabulous. Right. I'm going to love you and leave you. Thank you to everybody. Just thank you for being here. You're very welcome. So again, loving your likes, loving your comments, loving your shares, and adoring your subscribes. Help me get the word out, help me grow the channel, and let's see what we can make it together. Take care, lovelies. I'll see you all again very, very soon.